Why is fighting allowed in hockey? Hockey fights are one of those things that seem totally out of place in professional sports, but they are actually part of the culture. It's like an unspoken rule. Fights act as a way for players to police the game themselves, especially when things get too rough. Referees let them go for a bit as long as it doesn't get out of hand. Some say it helps prevent cheap shots or dirty plays, while others think it's just outdated and glorifies violence. Personally, I'm surprised more leagues don't ban it outright. Fighting gets the aggression out between two guys, gloves off, no sticks. Hockey is a very aggressive game and sometimes can get dirty. The last thing you want is some 100 kg guy going 100 km with a stick in their hands charging another player. It's also allowed partly because both the fighters want to fight. It's not like one guy is bullying another with punches while the game is on. It's basically an agreement when they both drop gloves. If one of the players walks away, nothing happens, but that aggression builds and eventually it's gotta pop somewhere. It's more dangerous for refs to step in than it is for them to wait for the players to either fall, in which case the refs will jump in, or just hug it out. I once went to a fight and a hockey game broke out. The promise of getting beat up keeps goon players from attacking skilled players. It's an unwritten rule. And yes, I played hockey. Fighting needs to stay in the sport. It drives attendance and viewers. It's a way to protect the skilled players. It's always been there. And it's better to have the guys duke it out in a hockey fight where they normally aren't trying to actually hurt each other instead of one of them throwing a cheap shot that is way more likely to lead to injury. Doesn't hurt that it's exciting and gets more eyes on the game. I played high school hockey. Hockey is a game with legal physical contact. And unlike sports like American football, there are few players on the playing area, and you tend to have the same person hitting you. We go into the corner, you cross-check me and ref doesn't see it. Now I'm pissed. The next contact is going to be a fight. There are other types of fights though. Planned fights from the face. These questions always bring me back to when they changed the fighting rule to you cannot take off your helmet to fight, and then two players went to fight, paused, then each calmly removed the other player's helmet, then went back to fighting. Rule got changed again to remove either player's helmet pretty quickly. https://m.youtube.com watch equals fn4ys12u9ea. Check out Ice Guardians, a great doco on the subject. Because everyone is trying to be first to the puck and, as Fred Shero used to say, arrive in ill humor. Fighting has always been a part of the game, and given what it could be, I think the NHL has kept a lid on it pretty well. Slightly related, but, of all the sports to get physical in, the one where you've got knives strapped to your feet seems like the worst one. How often do people accidentally get cut during a tussle? Because fighting is less violent and much safer than ice hockey, the smallest of lowercase s. It's not anymore. I remember being a kid seeing guys getting body checked into the glass during a game and the whole crowd went wild. What a rush. TLDR? Because it's fun to watch. I always thought it was because of the nature of the game, penalties are either toothless, annoying to play watch, or harsh. So if someone is being a jerk you get punched, and they don't have to worry about how to punish small infractions, especially ones that add up over the game. For the spectacle. It's not allowed in Euro hockey or international hockey. The counterpoint argument is it's a pressure relief valve. Keeps players from going out and trying to end someone's career over a beef or bad call. You decide. It isn't allowed. The mob makes the rules in the end. I'm a huge hockey fan, but I think this aspect of the game is quite barbaric. When the fight starts and throughout the fight, many fans turn into animals, standing on their feet, banging the glass, screaming is too similar to a Roman Colosseum.